Thanks for staying with us. So recently, the Nigerian Immigration Service called for the immediate dismissal of some female officers who were seen participating in the viral Bob Daddy challenge. They say it's embarrassing and they should not have desecrated their uniform. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 070-806-6814. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourVTVC. We have with us a human rights activist to share his thoughts on this on the phone. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Thank you.
Oh, it's not here on. Okay, but that's fine. Let's hear your thoughts on it. We'll be trying to get legal luminary Femi Falana SAN to share his thoughts on this issue. But it's gone viral, and these ladies were doing the Bob Daddy, Daddy, you know. I mean, and I thought it was fun. I actually loved watching it. Just for me to now start hearing them being on the verge of being suspended or even dismissed. What are your thoughts on this? Let me start with you.
Okay.
Mariam.
So for me, I thought it was really creative and nice. So you know, one thing about being in uniform is not quite appealing to some people. Policewoman, immigration, that uniform. But to know that these people can have a life outside being in uniform. Oh, they're smart women, they're intelligent women, they're beautiful women, and sexy. Yes, and they're sexy women. So they are sexy to their husbands and their partners. You know, that is what I felt that video was about. So we are hardworking, we're doing our job, but when we are out of our uniforms, we are human beings as well. And look at you in school and saying, oh, you know, I like to do my hair, do my nails. You can be that and still be a uniformed person, and that is all I saw. You see the part of being inappropriate or being, what's the word they use, like, you know, they were being too sexy. I didn't even see that, and I feel that sometimes you only see what your eyes want to see. So
I don't agree.
Okay,
Honestly, I don't agree. I feel that I grew up in a forced family. My uncle, my husband's elder, my dad's elder brother was in the custom. My aunt, my dad's immediate elder sister, retired as an assistant controller general of immigration.
Oh, so you are an immigration baby.
I know what the expectation is for you being in the force. It is the level of comportment that when they see you, they will not disrespect you. So when we see you in the uniform, we see you looking sexy. The next time you try to hold me in a uniform, I look at it, I remember that sexy girl. I better go away. You have to be you have to exude that respect, that charisma. You are degrading the uniform by doing a video challenge with the uniform of the immigration. I wouldn't mind if she just came out and wore her pajamas. Everybody wear pajamas and then go and wear beautiful dress. But you wore the uniform of the immigration. You now swapped into wearing
mama. I have to go.
Oh no.
I have the barrister Femi Falana SAN on the phone. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's so apt that we have it because it was your son that started this drama. He started the Bob Daddy challenge. And now he has gotten these young ladies in trouble. Because they were wearing their uniforms and they're doing the Bob Daddy challenge. And now they're about to be dismissed. As a legal luminary, do you think it's right for the immigration services to dismiss these young ladies?
Well, there are no rules, no procedure. There are no rules with respect to wearing of uniforms in Nigeria. I have a lot of photographs of policemen, police and army personnel dancing in uniform. And in many cases, you have had such situations. I've watched this video. While the authorities of the immigration department are likely to have frowned at it, we also must understand all the time that we are operating in an atmosphere of freedom. And I'm talking of a democratic system of government.
Right.
Now, if the authorities feel embarrassed, no, it's not an act of sabotage. I mean, you can't say because I've gone to take a photograph with your uniform, I was dancing. That, with respect, cannot be said to have to be tantamount to sabotage.
Sabotage.
But the authority can say, oh, we're embarrassed that you use the uniform, in this video. But we also have to take cognizance of the current situation. There's a lockdown in many parts of the country, complete lockdown. In some states, partial lockdown. Now, people are frustrated. And they're trying to let off their,
steam.
frustration.
I get you.
So you may have to look at the extenuating circumstances and simply warn them. And now, as a rule, generally, on what officers should do with their uniform. You must never do next time. This must never be allowed. But where the rules have not been prescribed,
but sir, the assistant controller of immigration said that the organization found it scandalous and an act on becoming as an officer, therefore violating their public service rule, PSR 030401 code. So they are saying it violates a code.
Well, that is the general feeling about it.
Right.
But I'm saying the law is about specificity. You must, it's not just about, this your conduct is scandalous. What makes it scandalous? That's what the authorities feel.
But, sir,
so if the rule had been anybody who dances with a uniform will be deemed to have committed an offense. And this is the penalty.
But sir, we have a lot of blanket rules within our laws where you say gross misconduct, and gross misconduct could mean anything and everything depending on the person interpreting the law per time. So when you say that the Inspector General,
NIS.
Controller General
Assistant.
Of immigration can say that this is inappropriate and unbefitting of our uniform, and decide that the punishment that the person deserves is to be fired, would that punishment be seen as too strong? Can they protest against the level of punishment meted out to them? Because even in developed countries, one person leaking out an email got fired by the U.S. Navy because they said an email leaked out from the U.S. Navy and the person was fired. So if the authorities at the immigration say that this, for them, is so grievous, whether you are letting off steam, you've desecrated our uniform and decide to fire them, what would be the next line of action for the officers that were found guilty of this?
Well, I think the point I'm making, which you must understand, for instance, the government is fighting the coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19. Now, regulations have been made. There shall be social distancing. If I breach that rule, of course, I know the penalty. And I'm saying this provides an opportunity for the Nigerian Immigration Service to revisit their rules, the rules, and make specific regulations with respect to how the uniforms should be handled. It's like in the country, it's like the coat of arms or the national flag. Under the criminal code, there are things you cannot do with the national flag. But many people are not aware, So, but I'm saying that in this instance, I am aware. These ladies have replied the query, they have apologized.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm aware of that.
Right.
And for that reason, one would like to appeal to the authorities to temper justice with mercy.
Okay. All right. Let's
if you throw out people now to unemployment, you also multiply problems,
Right.
That's not an excuse to say,
Yeah.
that people should just do what they like.
Absolutely. You're very correct. Yes.
So I just want to get your points as well, because sometimes I feel that there's a way you do things, and because you're a woman, it's seen a bit more differently or more scandalous than if it was a man. There used to be pictures of these police officers, male police officers, who would take selfies. They're looking buff in their uniforms, and everybody is saying, oh, how great they look in police uniform, taking selfies, looking, a certain way. But I feel that when a woman presents herself in the same way, especially in Nigeria, we seem to be more unforgiving of understanding. Yes, we're unforgiving of how a woman's body is already created by God. Do you understand? So when she does something a man does, immediately you see that it's bad, but for the man it could be acceptable. It is more acceptable.
Do you agree?
Do you agree with me?
Well, of course, I'm in an environment where I know that male chauvinism is the order of the day. And this is promoted by religion, by certain laws. I mean, I can tell you one, which my wife had to go to court to get annulled. But in spite of that, you know, the authorities haven't really obeyed the law. Under Regulation 124 of the police, made pursuant to the Police Act, if a woman wants to get married, no, in the first place, if you join the police with your male counterpart, you can't marry for 3 years. Whereas your male counterpart can marry the following day. Secondly, when you want to marry, the authorities, your commissioner of police must approve your, fiancé. So if the commissioner says, no, you can't marry this one, that is the end of the matter. But you don't have such rules,
for the men,
binding men from marrying whoever they like or presenting their suitor, prospective suitor, to the commissioner of police. So, of course, that has been struck down. But up to now, that judgment has not been complied with by the police authorities in the country. So I'm aware of the environment under which we're operating. And that is one of the reasons why I'm appealing to the authorities of the immigration department to temper justice with mercy, and then proceed to now have a general rule, that, both male and female officers, this is what to do with our uniform.
But I have to let you go very soon. But I have to ask you about our previous conversation. The Attorney General, the Minister of Justice had said that there'll be virtual proceedings going forward, especially to declutter the whole over 155,000 cases we have. Do you think it's a good idea? And how effective do you think it's going to be?
Sustainable.
You mean digitalization?
Yes.
No, that was my suggestion made about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
But we're still not getting it right, right? We must not have it in the first place, and the first with profound respect. It's not the brief the Attorney General to tell the court what to do. We have the Chief Justice of Nigeria. We have the Chief Judges of the states. We have the President of the Court of Appeal, who are independent of the executive. So if the Attorney General stumbles on some good ideas, what he can do is to suggest to the judicial authorities in Nigeria. But he cannot say, this is the position of the government, as if you are turning the judiciary into an extension of the executive.
That's true.
Each of our courts right now, our heads of court are addressing this problem. In fact, if the Attorney General, with profound respect, has been well briefed, you will have discovered that the acting president of the Court of Appeal, has already issued practice directions in this regard, that people can file certain appeals online. The Lagos State Judiciary, also has issued the chief judge of Lagos State. Is currently fine-tuning, how these urgent matters are going to be handled, and because of the challenge of COVID-19, how certain cases are going to be taken either by Zoom or Skype.
All right,
so
we'll look forward to that.
They are already addressing.
Fantastic.
What the Attorney General should be doing is how to ensure the independence of the judiciary, recognized by the Constitution, and of which we already have 2 judgments that have been disobeyed. Two, the Attorney General should also ensure that over 150 judgments being disobeyed by the executive are complied with.
Okay.
So I think these are the areas to address.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I really appreciate you being here on the show for sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with the human rights activist barrister Femi Falana, SAN. We have to go now. That's all we can take on the show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.